I would like to introduce to some and present to others, Jesse Cole.
Raise your hand if you have seen your next level, if you've seen it. Keep your hands up if you've touched your next level. We can be transparent in here. All right, now keep your hand up if you are walking in your next level right now. Keep your hand up. Not as many hands in the room that are up. All right? Here's what I want to share with you today. In order for you to go to your next level of leadership in this marketplace, certain things have to happen, okay? Seeing your next level requires faith and vision, right? What do I mean? The ability to see into the future and bring it into the present. We've been told that to gain respect as a leader, you have to be assertive and domineering. However, my encounters with numerous leaders from various backgrounds has shown me that meaningful influence is built through grace and accountability. It's not about what you can take from people, but what you can give to them. That fosters a deep connection that touches the soul. Remember when I was a kid, my father used to go fishing every Saturday in the summertime, and he would never take me fishing with him, but I always wanted to go. I said, "Daddy, how come you never take me fishing?" He said, "Boy, because you can't fish." I said, "Okay, can you teach me how to fish?" He said, "Sure." So he took me in the backyard, showed me how to string my line, and put the bobber on and put the weight on, and showed me how to cast. And when I got proficient, that's when he took me out to his favorite fishing spot. So we get in the car, pack up the car, and I'm excited because I'm about to fish with my dad. We get to his favorite spot. He sits me here, and he walks about 5 feet away, and he sits his bucket here. And I saw him cast. That means it went a long way, okay? So I said, okay, I saw you do it. I can do the same thing. And it landed right in front of me. I said, well, at least it's in the water. So I'm watching my dad fish, right? And I'm catching fish too. But my fish are these baby fish, right? And he's catching these big boys. So in my little young mind, I'm perplexed. I'm saying, okay, we have the same type of fishing pole, same line, same water, same bobber, same worms that we're using. Why is his fish bigger than my fish? So I said, okay, Dad, why are your fish bigger than my fish? We got the same everything. And he looked down at me, he said, boy, you crazy. I'm like, no, like, tell me, why are your fish bigger than my fish? He said, son, you're fishing in the shallow end. Anybody can fish in the shallow end. You can see the fish in the shallow end. It don't take a whole lot of effort to catch a fish in the shallow end, son. But if you want these big boys I'm catching, you have to go a little bit further and a little bit deeper. Whoa, that's some good eating right there. Some good eating right there. That kind of brings all this together. If I ask you to close your eyes right now and envision yourself 5 to 10 years from now, envision what you're wearing. Envision the kind of cologne or perfume you're wearing, what kind of car you're driving, what kind of house you're living in, what kind of business you're leading, what your family looks like. If I ask you to do that right now, the majority of you in this room have the capacity and the ability to actually see a mental picture in your head. You can see it. But to cross that threshold, you have to pull it into your present. Touching your next level requires intentional action. You can't just think about it. You can't just talk about it. So many leaders have the finna disease. Finna. F-I-N-N-A. You know what finna means? I'm finna do this. I'm finna do that. But where's your fruit? Where's the fruit? In order for us to be the type of marketplace leaders that God is calling us to be, we can't just talk about it. My high school coach said, Jesse, you can't talk about it, you got to be about it. Where's your fruit? All right? So touching your next level requires intentional action, taking spirit-led, strategic steps towards attaining what you've seen. Living in your next level, though, requires confident stewardship. What do I mean? That is the ability to create an environment that sustains and multiplies what you've attained through faith and action.
First and foremost, you don't come across a lot of African American men that come off as kind in the way they speak, kind in the way they stand, kind in the way they interact with strangers. And that's the one thing this world needs, to be able to see that. But then more so, he opens up a space that feels safe, that lets you know that he's not only the leader in this room, but you can as well lead as a leader in your own domain. And that's a gift. That's not something that most people are blessed with, because so many of us are spending time trying to make sure we stay at the top, and we don't have time to share that space with anyone. I never felt that way with Coach Jesse.
I took away from the session, which was amazing, that your message is what is going to attract your client. You know, it's not just looking for your target audience. It's not just, let me figure out how to make the most amount of money. That's not my mission. That's why things haven't been working for me. And I had to take a deep sigh of relief in that session. And I took a deep breath and was like, I feel relieved. I feel I can be honest with myself. And once I let that go, 30 minutes with Jesse and other participants, and I truly felt alleviated.
The world needs leaders who aren't afraid to be authentic and bold. As an organizational leader, the depth of your influence is rooted in your willingness to serve beyond the surface. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jesse Cole, and I am honored that you would consider me as your keynote speaker.